4 catches to Kiran Moray, and that's typical of the general out cricket standard of the Indian side. They've played wonderfully well. 90 for 6 they have England at the close of the 3rd day, with Chris Smith top scoring with 28. The bowling figures for India, very, very impressive indeed. Kapil Dev has 1 wicket. Madan Lal didn't take 1. Maninder Singh 2. Roger Binney 2. He's had a good match, Roger Binney. And Ravi Shastri 1, leaving England with 318 more runs to win, but India with only 4 wickets to take. So a terrific performance from the Indians in this second Cornhill Test match here at Headingley. They've carried all the honours all the way through the match. They thoroughly deserve the position they're in. They say there's going to be a thunderstorm or 2 on Monday. I suspect England might need 20 or 30 if they're going to... First ball, Maninder Singh is on a hat-trick, and Derek Pringle is the man facing him.
He'd like to have appealed, I think. And I wonder how many times over the weekend Maninder's bowled that ball in his imagination. I think in his nicest dream he would just have pitched on leg and turned and hit off, but it didn't quite work out. So Maninder to Gatting. It was caught. Now, did he hit it? Umpire Birkinshaw says no.
All the Indian side very confidently that Gatting got some bat or glove on that one.
Kapil Dev to Pringle. Now that is rather a dangerous stroke by Pringle, or non-stroke. Very interesting to see if Pringle actually played a stroke at that. And the bat tucked behind the pad. So that comes into the category of padding up without intent to play a shot. That's a good shot. And that's the way to get rid of the close fielders. Three runs to Derek Pringle.
And 100 up for England. Unfortunately, from their point of view, for the loss of 6 wickets.
On with the arm, and that's out. On with the arm, beat Pringle, caught on the back foot. Completely beaten in the air. And I think Maninder Singh will have deserved that. He's beaten the bat 3 or 4 times this morning. And so Pringle goes. Take another look at Derek Pringle. Again, the close fielder there, just stopping the batsman from coming forward. It's amazing how it just gets into the mind that you can't push out. But well bowled by Maninder, the ball going on with the arm. 3 wickets now to Maninder Singh. That was very well played by Mike Gatting. On Saturday, more and more balls kept low. Need some digging out there, Tom Graveney.
Yes, it certainly does. It's quite short and keeps low. Mike Gatting right behind it.
Oh, that was beautifully bowled by Kapil Dev. Lovely high springy action and getting that ball to cut back.
And really that is far too close to let go.
So Maninder to John Embury. That was a strange spoon shot. You wouldn't think that John Embury was planning to bat for 2 whole days.
Well, little paddle shot from just outside the off stump.
Well, Kapil Dev has bowled as well as anybody, Tom.
Yes, I suppose you could say that's one of the lucky things that England have had. I mean, this chap's bowled consistently well right through both innings, and he's only taken a couple of wickets.
Now he does. Superb catch by Azharuddin. And the tentative prod, which so typical of John Embury, can be a very dour defensive player. I've seen him play some very fine innings annoying the opposition, but this time Kapil gets his true dessert.
You see that pitching 9 inches outside the off stump. A tentative prod forward and comfortably picked up by Azharuddin.
Bruce French is the incoming batsman.
Now, did he lose his stride, or was it the batsman? This is what happened. Just about there. In fact, I think he's going to have a word with Ravi Shastri. Perhaps go off for a bit of quick treatment and then try and come back on. Yes, he's going to slip off. Raman Lamba is coming on, which will mean that this time there'll only be 11 men on the field for India. Runs to Bruce French. Attempted square drive. It went a little finer than he may have intended, but it went very fast indeed. Well caught. Well caught and beautifully bowled by Maninder Singh. Pushing the ball through, tying the batsman down, and then the slower, higher flighted delivery, inducing the batsman to try for the lofted drive, which he did, and the 9th wicket is down with Bruce French out. Mike Gatting is still there on 14. There's the side-on shot. Watch his left foot, which goes there, and then he has to go again. Nicely judged catch, almost at full stretch. But 100% to the bowler there. Lovely piece of deception. And that's it, or is it over? It's over. There's no shortage of appeals out there. Everyone's mystified. It's just a question of being able to count up to 6 to know that that is the end of the over.
And that's definitely going to silly point off the pad. And Ravi Shastri, the vice-captain, decided to put himself on to finish the match off.
Chance for Gatting to play some shots with spin at both ends now. Goes to 18. Beautiful stroke. Man at mid-off, almost on the boundary. Only had 7 or 8 yards to go, Raman Lamba, and couldn't cut that off. Glorious stroke.
Certainly the shot of the morning. Gatting deciding it's time for aggression.
Kapil has had his physiotherapy treatment. Apart from the nagging little back injury, he must be a very, very happy man. Terrific performance from him and from his team. And he's run out. Graham Dilley called for the single. There was hesitation. Dilley looks astonished. But there's no question the ball broke the stumps just before Dilley got his bat over the crease. So there's the stump being broken now, and Dilly is about 9 inches short. Very sad day for England, all out for 128. Mike Gatting played some lovely strokes out there this morning, but I'm afraid it was a lost cause. 31 not out, and the whole of the bottom part of the order, the last 6 players, none of them able to reach double figures. 128 all out, and the bowling figures are naturally quite impressive. Kapil Dev again bowled without a great deal of luck. 2 for 24 in 19 overs. Madan Lal, no wickets. Maninder Singh, 4 for 26 from 16.3 overs and 6 maidens. Binny, 2 for 18, didn't bowl today, and Ravi Shastri came on at the end, 1 for 21 in 10 overs and 3 maidens. And India beat England by 279 runs, and they defeated them at Lord's as well, so they've taken the series. A most impressive performance from Kapil Dev and his men. Here now on the presentation balcony is the former Surrey and England all-rounder Robin Jackman to present the Cornhill Player of the Match award.
Any test match that finishes within 4 days indicates that the bowlers have dominated throughout that period of time. And the names of Roger Binny and Maninder Singh come to mind immediately, having bowled England out in the first and the second innings respectively. One man throughout this test match has scored some runs, and only one man has scored over 50. In fact, he scored 163 runs in the game for only once out, and my Cornhill Insurance Player of the Match is Dilip Pensarkar.
Well, Wacker